this fascination, more like an obsession. Not gonna lie, been trying to control it, but it hasn't been easy. And damn, I tried. This may sound superficial, but that's not my intention. Just gotta say, this physical attraction that's got me captivated won't go away. And every time I see it, I want it. Gotta have it. I know exactly what it is I want. Like all the other fellas, I'm checking, but no disrespecting. I gotta keep it real, not one to front. So baby, come on, you know I want it. Baby, come on, you know I need it. Letting you know you're my selection. Girl, you're the one. That's why I'm repping. Hashtag team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. Team thick and hashtag team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. All my thick and curvy women all over the world. Got that. Damn, you got that. I'm loving everything that you do, girl, from your hair down to your shoes. Bossy, oh so flawless. Can't find just one word to describe you. All I know that I just love it. My thin, slick honeys. You know I couldn't forget you. Include you in this tribute. Love your athletic figure. No man would ever deny you. You're the object of our desire. And the way you move is so sexy, I just can't take it. And every time I see it, I want it. Gotta have it. I know exactly what it is I want. Hey. And baby, your physique is dangerous. Flaunted, shameless. I gotta keep it real, not one to front. So baby, come on. You know I want it. Baby, come on. You know I need it. Letting you know you're my selection. Girl, you're the one. That's why I'm repping. Hashtag team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. Team thick and hashtag team thick and curvy. Team thick and curvy. All my thick and curvy women all over the world. More than a fascination. Yeah. More like an obsession. Oh, oh, oh. So it's an addiction. Yeah. My selection. You know I really need that. You know I want that.
Yes. 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 Y'all like that joint. What's that joint called? Say it again. Woo! Team Thick and Curvy. E.E. the hip hop rock star. So that's what we're going to start getting into. We're going to start getting into a little more indie, if you will. A little something, a little more homegrown. A little more something, man. We supposed to, I'm about uplifting and bringing and promoting and all of that. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's 7 o'clock. Must be Wednesday. Means it's Rip Radio. Means it's Mr. Derik Lamar Show. How's everybody feeling? Good. I feel great. I feel great today. I'm looking at myself. We got something going on over here. It's a good day. Y'all ready to get into it? We got a big show today. One of my favorite topics ever. It's a lot going on. Now everybody's talking about it. Everybody is on race. Everybody's on, you can't do this to this person. That's wrong what you doing to this person. I'm mad because you doing this. It's been going on forever. Y'all just waking up to see it. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got a long show. With no further ado, it's a little thing we like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Let me hit this quick whistle. Speed it up. There we go. So the good. Miss France took home that Miss Universe. That means she the baddest woman in the universe. That's what it means, right? That's what it means? She the baddest one? She ain't on Miss, what you call that joint? Miss Thick and Curvy. Did we talk about this before, having like a Miss Thick universe? Yeah, she can slide in between a fence. She's a thin one. But shout out to her for making the Miss Universe. And also, I got a double good. You got that photo up? It's a double good. Miss France won Miss Universe. And That brother didn't mess it up. He actually named the right person. I was proud of him. The whole universe was waiting for him to it up one more again. Steve pulled through. Man. I'm proud of him, man. But he cracked a couple jokes about it, you know. But shout out to him getting that good Miss Universe check. That's universe money. That's money you could spend all over the universe that brother getting, man. Shout out to him because he was like, okay, he's a funny comedian, but I remember he was like coming to like when he was on the Chitlin circuit still, and he was funny, but he wasn't like the funniest dude. But he was, you know, he's doing the damn thing. Love him or hate him or whatever. Steve is getting that. He's getting that European money, man, and that's he ain't on the Chitlin circuit no more. He writing books that people should already know what to do. I ain't gonna get into that because I almost got lynched when I talked about Steve Harvey before, writing a book about stuff that people should have in their common sense bank anyway. But let's keep it moving. So the good Miss France did that. The good Mr. Steve Harvey didn't blow it. Let's get into that bad, man. What's going on in the world in Canada? 2 students rode up in the middle of the mosque during prayer, opened fire, killed 6 people. Like if you know, this it happened, it's starting to happen. If you are not safe in a house of worship, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it's getting out of control. I don't the saying that old folks used to say, I don't know what this world is coming to. That's, hey man, whoever you call God, whoever you pray to, whatsoever it is, man, each person has the right to worship how and to whom they choose. And you go in there and start killing people because you feel something different. We got to make some changes in the world. That happened up in Canada. And they arrested 2 students on that, man. So these youngins, so evil is getting to people quick now. Let's go ahead and get into this ugly. Your boy ain't been in office 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks on Friday, right? 2 weeks. There he goes, signing over some bullshit right now. I wonder what is going through his mind right at that moment when he's signing that. Do you think it's him, or you think it's the people who really pull the strings? I'm gonna talk some smack. Do you think it's him, or the people that really are behind him pulling the strings that's making him do it? It's him. He's an ass. He signed this executive order trying to ban Muslims for the people who can't see what I'm doing. I'm putting the air quotes up. We have a picture there of selected President Trump signing an executive order to ban Muslims from what he called countries with terrorist ties. But I saw a graphic. The countries that are on this list have not killed any people, but the countries that were on the countries that weren't on the list that had killed people, they're cool. So I'm a bit, as my professor used to say, befuddled by his actions. So people were getting blocked at the airports and couldn't go in. So the attorney general that was there was like, nah, Slim, I'm not signing off on that. What did he do? He fired her and put his own folks in there. So this dude is becoming a dictator, and it was people saying, you know, I've talked to Dr. Umar Johnson, and he said he was hearing people saying, yeah, let him be a dictator. We need some change. It's like, you're okay with someone making decisions and that be it? That's what you're okay with? So folks is not having it with some of the things he's doing. So they out there in the street. They out there in the street protesting. They out there picketing. So what has been happening, and it kind of led me to what we're talking about tonight. There were people out there picketing airports. So, and I'm just going to keep it real. The cab drivers were boycotting work in the airports due to this ban. And let's keep it 100. The majority of cab drivers are immigrants and foreigners. So they were like, Slim, you know, my country of origin is on that list, so I'm not rocking with you. So Uber said, hey, we still go serve the people. People need to rise. We're going to go get out there. Y'all get out there and make that money. Now, in my opinion, and someone call in if I'm wrong, 301-288-3100. When you're an Uber driver, you're an independent contractor. That's up to you. So they can't tell me don't go to the airport or don't go to these places where it's banned. That's where the money is. So I remember, on Facebook the other day, people like, there it is. How you going to get mad at someone for trying to get the money and take people back and forth? I don't agree with that. So if I'm an Uber driver and I'm doing this as they say on the commercials, for my side hustle, and I'm gonna go to the airport and pick people up that can come back and forth, you gonna throw rocks and bottles at me because I'm out there trying to get this money? People deleting the Uber app? Come on, man. Because the CEO of Uber sided with Trump on some things. Let me break something down for y'all real quick. That's what you call, I'm going to just say it, love it or hate, that's what I call ignorance. Because I'm going to say this. Okay. Now let me explain what I say by ignorance. You're going to get mad at this guy because he's standing next to Trump on some things. He's the CEO of a company worth $6 billion. The CEO of Uber is worth $6 billion. You can't even wrap your head around that money. That'll go to young brother right there. $6 billion with a B, not with an M or a C, with a B. If you had any idea with the other CEOs of company, everybody wants to be with the winning team. So if Hillary or Bernie or Mickey Mouse, whoever had won, they're going to rock with the winning team. Money mess with money. So you're going to not mess with Uber because he's rocking with the winning team to keep his business going. So if you're going to start boycotting things, I don't mess with Pepsi because they did this, I don't mess with Disney. Do your due diligence on something, because let's say you don't rock with Disney. Well, Disney owns ABC. You're not going to watch, I don't even know what the hell come on ABC. You're not going to watch, I don't even know what come on ABC. Or you're not going to watch ESPN? You're not going to watch Bravo? You're not going to watch A&E? You're not going to watch Teen Disney? Your kids not going to watch Disney Teen? So it's like when you start looking at, you got to do your hierarchy. Would that be the thing? You got to look and see who's connected to who. Money rock with money. So if you're going to jump out there and say, I'm not rocking with Uber because Uber supported this, you sound stupid for that, really, because you're not hurting anybody but the little man trying to get that money. You think you're hurting that brother that's worth $6 billion for your $3 ride to Bar 7 after work? You're not. You're hurting the brother that's trying to take care of his family. Do your due diligence about who owns what. Look at the spider webs of who owns what companies connected to what company. If you really want to get mad, you really want to do some homework, do you know that you're still rocking with companies that have benefited from slavery, the slave trade? So don't come to me with that bull about I don't want to rock with this company because they did this the other day to some people who couldn't get it here. You sound dumb. You sound dumb. That's my opinion. You sound dumb. Do your homework. Do you have that graphic of all the companies before we take a break of who? Now take a look at this. So those several companies I have in the center are the parent companies of all those brands. So if you say, man, you know what? I ain't rocking with Coca-Cola no more. Well, you ain't drinking Sunkist. You ain't drinking Lipton. Or I ain't rocking with Kellogg. You ain't eating no damn cereal. You ain't rocking with Dannon. You ain't drinking, eating none of this stuff. Look at that. So before you decide to say, I'm not rocking with this one thing, you're not hurting those people. You're hurting the dude who might be the one who delivers it to the store around the corner from you, who don't have nothing to do with that. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you make sense of the dumb that you find on a post on Facebook. No offense to Facebook. We love y'all. We're broadcasting live. But before you start hopping on these memes and these posts, do your due diligence and find out who you're really hurting. Because who you're hurting is a little dude trying to get money. I'm done preaching for right now. Can we take a break? Let's go ahead and play a song or something, man. I'm just tired of people coming to me all this dumb stuff about you going to boycott this. Boycott something when it was affecting black folks. You want to get mad at something that you just saw on a meme? Come on, man. Don't get me started, man. I talked to Dr. Lamar Johnson. Don't get me started with this bull.
Hey, baby, I just got gotta let you know that you're irreplaceable. Got my love on overload. Yes, you do. You've got me so gone off of your mental. And the love that you show, I gotta let the world know. That with all my heart, I love you, baby. Trust in me, I'll show you what real love means. And you can always call on me whenever you need. And baby girl, I will make sure I'll be always be right here. Whenever you need me, whenever you want me, whenever you call me, I will always be right here. Your love is closure. I can't get high enough. Number one heart of mine will always be right here. You are my light, guiding me through the darkness. You changed my life, la 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 la. You are the song I sing, the perfect melody, the joy you bring to me. Yeah. Girl, with all my heart, I'll love you, baby. Trust in me, hey. And I will show you real love. You can count on me. Love is guaranteed. Lifetime warranty, I'll be right. Whenever you need me, baby. Whenever you want me, baby. Whenever you call, right here, yeah. I drive. Can't get high enough. Right here. Whenever you need me, baby. Whenever you want me.
Yes. Sing that, Joan. Yes. Those some local brothers. Yeah, see, that's what we're doing here, man. Let me fix my headphones. We apologize for the slight distortion, but you get it. You done heard distorted stuff before with them wax speakers you got in your car. Don't act like you haven't done it before. But we're trying to do some local stuff. Who was that again?
They call it Sounds of R&B.
Sounds of R&B. Right here from D.C.? There's so much local talent here that we just don't pay attention to. And I was ranting a little bit, y'all, because let me tell y'all something. Before I get into some of this Dr. Umar Johnson interview, I'm going to play y'all a good spell of it. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a lamb. Don't be a duckling, whatever just follows. Make decisions with this thing between your eyes, or is it your ears? You know what I mean. The thing between your ears, the thing that sits on top of your neck. Use your brain with some things. If you feel a certain way about something, do your due diligence with it. Some of the things y'all should be protesting, y'all not. Some of the things that's been happening to us for years, you're not talking about that. Does this affect you? Does it affect your family? And if it does, I'm not saying that what's going on doesn't. But pay attention. I had the incredible opportunity, shout out to Brian Moore, shout out to Trump, tossing me the lob, to interview one of the most foremost thinkers in the black conscious community. Love him, hate him, but he will make you think. I had the opportunity to interview, and there's a good look for Rip, good look for myself, Dr. Umar Johnson. He got a chance to talk to him after the interview and rap to him. He's been in the news a lot about his school, some of his thoughts on, marriage. I didn't get into that. That's none of my business. But we did get a chance to do something. I don't know if it's been done before. At least I know I hadn't done it. I did a Facebook live stream last night. Would you like to hear it? Would you like to see it? We got it. Sit back and relax and take a peep at the Mr. Derik Lamar Show interview with Dr. Umar Johnson. In here, I feel like a preacher. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Mr. Derik Lamar and Crew Show. This is special. I'm going to try to stop moving for y'all. This is a special day tonight. We normally go live Wednesday night, 8 p.m., but we're going to be doing it tonight for Dr. Umar Johnson, who has an event coming up. Not going to tell you too much. What's up, bro? What's up, Annette? So we got Dr. Umar Johnson is going to be calling in very, 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 very shortly. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone, tell everyone thank you very much for tuning in. This is a special event tonight. I want to thank everyone who hit me with questions. Hopefully those questions, they will allow me to ask them, so we have a very limited amount of time. So we're going to try to get as much in as we possibly can. So thank you very much for tuning in. So go ahead and sit back, get yourself comfortable. Like I said earlier, get your drink, get your cocktail, get your food, put the kids to bed, whatever you have to do. He should be calling in very, 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 very soon. Matter of fact, here he is right now. Let's get it. Hello?
Yes, sir. Dr. Umar Johnson.
Dr. Umar Johnson, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us this evening on the Mr. Derik Lamont Crew Show. It's my pleasure. How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me.
Indeed, indeed. I know you're a very, very busy man. So, again, I want to thank you for giving us a call this evening and taking time out your schedule. So, but let me introduce you to the folks who had to be tuning in tonight. So it's my pleasure to have one of the most foremost thinkers in the conscious community as a guest on the Mr. Derik Lamar and Crew Show. He's an educator. He's a psychologist. He's a political scientist and a Pan-Africanist. Matter of fact, he's the prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. How are you doing this evening, my brother?
Peace and love, family. I'm doing well. Joining you from Philadelphia, getting ready for tomorrow's first lecture of the 2017 Black History Month season, which will be at one of our historically black colleges, Bowie State University. And then I turn right around and I'm at Norfolk State University on Monday, another one of our HBCUs.
Well, that's very special to me because Bowie happens to be my alma mater. So I'm going to have to definitely come out and support you, my brother.
Appreciate that.
So tell us a little bit about the event that we have going on tomorrow at my alma mater, Bowie State University, brother.
Yes, sir. It's being hosted by the Black Male Agenda, which is a student organization on the campus. Brother Trey and some of the other brothers as well as sisters, they have put that organization together that's been serving the needs of black males on Bowie State University's campus. So I'm really honored to support our young people, to really get behind them in any way that I can. And so this event being hosted by them on their campus, it's a special thing to have a group of young brothers doing positive work. But at the event, I plan on talking about several things as I usually do in most lectures. I want to deal with the
Okay.
About the changing of the guard, what black America can expect to see in the next 4 years under President Donald Trump after we allowed ourselves to be ignored completely for 8 years by President Obama. I'm going to talk about the political economy of the black community and how our political reality that we deal with in this country, the fact that we're ignored on a regular basis, has a lot to do with how we don't use our money as a weapon. Every culture in America uses their money as a weapon in this country. Then I'm also going to talk about the political disorganization of black organizations, the intellectual masturbation, the different crises that we face, male-female relationships, as well as parent-child relationship crises, as well as the issues of multiculturalism being used as a weapon of confusion against black people.
There we go. And you touched on a lot of things that people were asking me to ask you. And one of the first things I want to say, now that we have selected President Trump in the office, what are your feelings about him going to entertainers, a rapper, a comedian, and a football player before going to our black leaders, our black thinkers, our black business leaders? What is your thoughts on why selected President Trump may have done that or taken that approach?
Well, firstly, it's very disrespectful to African Americans for political leadership to be going to our entertainers and celebrities to find out what's going on with us. Our celebrities and entertainers represent less than 1% of the entire black American body politic. So why would you go to them to get advice about us? Well, it's strategic. Number one, you go to them because you don't want real answers. Number two, you go to them because you know that they're not going to hold you accountable themselves. And number three, you go to them because you know that they don't really have much stake vested in the everyday experiences of black folks. So you can legitimize your candidacy by saying you spoke to black people, but at the same time, in legitimizing your candidacy by saying you spoke to black people, because those black persons were celebrities, you basically keep yourself at his arm's distance from ever really tackling the everyday problems of black America.
Mm-hmm. It's like you get those people, and I my thought was he went to those people because that's all he sees us as, a rapper, you know, an entertainer, a sports figure. So that I definitely have to agree with you on that. You also touched on what, as black people, we could expect. A lot of people reached out to me to say, you know, Derik, please ask him, as black folks, how can we prepare ourselves? So how can we get our mind around that? We've seen the blatant disrespect, not just for blacks, but for all minorities. What can we as black folks try to do to better prepare ourselves for these next, we'll say, 4 years?
Well, first off, and of course we cannot, cry over spilt milk, but we helped create the political reality that Donald Trump is going to participate in by how we sat on the sidelines for 8 years and allowed President Barack Obama to take care of every other minority group except ours. So we bear some responsibility for the neglect that we're going to get under the Trump administration. But in going forward, if you say, what do we have to start doing differently right this second? Number one, stop fighting or being concerned about what's happening to other minority groups. If black people do not kill this multicultural consciousness, it's going to kill us. I'm going to say that again. If black people don't kill this multicultural consciousness that we have, it's going to kill us. We have a very bad habit of looking out for other groups who never, ever look out for us.
Never.
Under the Donald Trump administration, every minority group is going to be jockeying for an improvement in their own political economic status. Black America needs to do the same, but they're not going to get anywhere holding hands with other non-white groups because they're fighting for themselves. If they tolerate you.
I had another question on that. Let me get your opinion on this. We had a discussion, a few of us. The term African American. Do you feel it's right that we have to put a prefix, or do you think that is a way of acknowledging and paying homage to our ancestry? So some folks, my thinking was, if there's someone who is of Irish descent, should they have to say, I'm Irish American? Or is that a way of separating us from being Americans? What's your thoughts on that, Doctor?
Well, let's keep in mind, the United States of America is not an organic nation state. And by organic nation state, the people who politically dominate this land are not the original inhabitants of this land. So you're not dealing with an organic nation state. So, for example, if you go to Ghana, if you would, okay, you are dealing with an organic nation state. The people who run the political apparatus are also the original inhabitants of the land. You're dealing with a land that was conquered and colonized. So everyone here will have a prefix. Everyone here will have a prefix because America is a nation of immigrants, people who came from other places to come. However, in our case, I do not think that we should have African as the prefix. We should have American as the prefix, and African should be the noun that is being described by their prefix. So we should not be African American. We should be American African. Because when you say African American, you're describing a certain type of an American, which we are not nor have ever been. But when you say American African, you're describing a certain type of an African, which we have always been and can never change. So for me, the prefix should be American, and African should be the noun, not the adjective.
There you go. I like that. A matter of fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and start using that, Doctor. Now, and I'll definitely give credit that I got it from you. Now, and let me say this real quick. I believe that the Hidden Color series should be mandatory viewing for all human beings. I just want to say that real quick. Can you tell me how you came about putting that project together?
Yes, indeed. Well, first, we want to give credit to the actual producer, and that's Brother Derik.
Yes.
The Colors Project was his brainchild. I had got a phone call from him back in 2010. I guess it was one of his assistants, Brother Ola, I believe it was, and
yes.
He said that they were working on a documentary, and they definitely wanted to have me included, given my prominence and rising prominence within the concert community at that time. So we did the Hidden Colors 1, did the Hidden Colors 2, did the Hidden Colors 3, and, you know, I was just blessed to play the part that I played in it, because wherever I go, you know, people remember me from
yes.
Hidden Colors, among other things. And, you know, it was just a blessing to play the role that I played. If you ask anyone, you know, who the two top people who really influenced you in that documentary, I'm normally one of the two, if I'm not the first.
Yes.
But I just want to give kudos to all of those who participated in it, because we all helped to make it what it was. But yes, the credit has to go to Derik,
yeah.
because he is the producer. I was not in Hidden Colors 4, and that is because I'm working on my own documentary, which will be called The Shockumentary, The War Against Black Boys, which is going to be a series of documentaries telling the story of the school to prison pipeline like it's never been told. The special education, the miseducation, the psychiatric medication, the juvenile incarceration, the psychological frustration, the economic castration, and the premature extermination.
Now that I can't wait. So definitely we're going, when that's down, when that's coming, I definitely got to talk to you about that. And I'm glad you touched on that, because we've often heard you speak about the alarming state of the school system, especially in the inner cities. And we all know that right now you're in the process of trying to start your own school. So we're going to talk about that. But what would be different about Dr. Umar Johnson's school that would separate it from
SDMG Academy? Three quick differences. Number one, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy will be one of the first schools, if not the first school, that does not lie to black kids and tell them by going to college you will become a success. Our school will be based on international economics. That is to say that we're not against college, and we will be sending some of our young men to college, because we need a black professional class of lawyers and doctors and engineers and educators, and you cannot become those without a college degree. However, we also want our young men to understand that there's more than one way to become wealthy. There's more than one way to becoming a success. And so we're going to teach them the art of doing their own taxes. We're going to teach them the art of international trading, stock and product. We're going to teach them different industries, hotel, restaurant, tourism industry. They will have their own business plan. They will understand real estate. So we want to make sure that they are economically empowered to understand all the different avenues to wealth. Constantly sending black children to college has been a great mistake of black America, and as a result, we're dealing with a very high level of higher education debt, and we have over 2 million blacks in this country with master's and doctorate degrees who cannot find work. And the second thing is that the school will be founded on the principles of revolutionary Pan-African nationalism, principles of self-determined revolutionary Pan-African nationalism as taught by Marcus Garvey and the other fathers of Pan-Africanism. So that's another piece. They will have a thorough international understanding of the political reality in which they live. And a third big difference at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, you will not graduate from that school if you are not able to provide your own food, which is to say that every boy and girl who graduates, and we're starting with boys, but we will expand to girls, every boy and girl who graduates from the school will be responsible for being able to grow 6 different fruit crops on their own in order to earn a diploma, and you will not graduate unless you can speak at least 2 African languages fluently.
Nice. That, you know, and it's something that you spoke on that, because, you know, people come out of college in debt, don't know about credit, don't know about taxes. So that's that you're teaching them life skills. So in regards to the school, how is the status of it? A lot of people, you know, people have been very critical, you know, unjustly critical.
Yes, people very, very critical. In fact, my brother, it's ironic because exactly 100 years ago, in New York City, Marcus Garvey incorporated the largest black organization in modern history, the UNIA, of which I am former Minister of Education and first Vice President of the Philadelphia Division. But it's ironic because what was the thing that was used to try to destroy Marcus Garvey? It was his Black Star Line Steamship Corporation. If you know the history of Garvey, you know that it was the Black Star Line that engendered so much hatred and jealousy from established black leaders. But at the same time, so much support from everyday brothers and sisters. And here we are 100 years later, and I would say that Dr. Umar Johnson's Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is the equivalent of Marcus Garvey's Black Star Line Station Corporation. Because I'm trying to build this school, so much jealousy and envy from other so-called leaders and scholars has, come to the forefront. But at the same time, I think it has also been a cause for a lot of black folks to rally around, get behind, and support me. But in terms of the status of the school right now, we're still searching for the actual physical school. I've already set a date. We're going to open up on the anniversary of the Nat Turner Award. That's August the 21st of next year, 2018. This August the 21st at the Nat Turner land. All your listeners of African descent are invited. We're going to fellowship and have fun and talk and learn and conversate with each other on the grounds where Nat Turner led the bloodiest slavery vote in American history. So this August 21st, we will be on Nat Turner land. Next August 21st, hopefully we will be celebrating inside the first Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Well, I will be there with you, my brother. I cannot wait. Now, I have to mention, a lot of people watch the videos that you post online. I get phone calls. Did you see Dr. Johnson's video? Did you see his new video? I have a cousin who is a big fan of your thinking and your work. And, I have to mention the video that you had. It was a bit epic. And it was a side of you that we had never seen before. But to me, it showed, hey, this is just a real man who just got pushed. That video about Mr. Sethi.
Yes, sir.
That video, and the funny thing, I'll just say this. For all the things that you've known for all the things that you've done, for all the things that you spoke upon, when you have one meltdown, that's the one everyone starts talking about. Can you...
To be honest with you, my brother, that was the most disheartening thing about that episode. Because with all the work I've been doing, and I've been at this for over 20 years, I've saved thousands of children. I've done work in, dozens of prisons. I've helped thousands of parents. The college tour, the parent teleconference, the FDMG. The work I do as a psychologist, the book, the message, the movement, the parent association. I mean, there's so much that I do that I believe is worthwhile being reported, and yet all that gets overlooked, and people will go to the negative and report on a video that I took down not more than 8 hours after I posted the video. It was enough for the person to see it who was directed at, and enough for other people to understand that, I really didn't take kindly to my name being mentioned in a disrespectful manner. But be that as it may, that has moved on. I don't hold nothing against him, brother. I wish him well with his work. But what this taught me is that because of who I am and where I am within the black community, I'm not allowed to have a public moment. And, it's unfortunate, but, I understand, because this is the lifestyle that I have chosen to be a fighter for my people. So it did teach me that, if you need to have a moment, you got to have it in private with your friends and with your family, because anything negative done by Dr. Umar Johnson, anything said or done negatively by Dr. Umar Johnson will get far more attention than all of his positive work put together. It's a shame, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Well, I will say this. First and foremost, you're a man. And when certain things happen, those things will happen. So I did not look at you any differently for having that type of situation. But it led me, you brought up a point that made me think about, the black community. What are some of your feelings about why the black community as a whole has not gravitated or given you the support that you feel you need to achieve the things that you're trying? What do you think is stopping the average, Joe brother from rallying behind you and supporting the things that you're trying to accomplish?
I would say that I think a lot of them have. I mean, when I look at the fundraiser, most of my donors are repeat donors. They don't donate once, they donate over and over again. I couldn't ask them to do any more than what they have, so I have a lot of support, a lot of it. I would say part of the reason why we haven't raised as much as we want, part of it is because I should have started the fundraiser years ago. I should have started the fundraiser as soon as I conceived of the academy, and I should not have waited until the St. Paul's College was available to actually start asking people to donate. So I have to take some of the responsibility for delaying the campaign. There was people who wanted to give me money for years, but, you know, seeking to be the honest person that I am, I refused to take any money whatsoever until I had an account that it could go into. You know, so that's the one side. I think the other side of it is that there's a lot of people who don't know who I am now. You know, it's interesting, you know, because I'm very well known. Like, anytime I'm in an airport or anything, you know, people pull me to the side at the gas station, the supermarket. Our people know who I am, but there are 40 to 50 million black people in this country. So even with the millions who do know Dr. Umar Johnson, there's a million more who don't. So if there was any one segment of our community that could really help me raise more money, it would be the media. It would be the black media, particularly the mainstream. People who have never heard of me, who would really get behind this campaign and really push it over the top. But because they have relationships with the white people that they value more than the condition of our community, that's probably not likely to be happening because of all the gatekeeping cliques in the black community that white supremacy relies on to really maintain the status quo. I would say the black media is one of the most essential because you can change the whole world by having access to the airwaves. And so they rely on black media to keep people like me who are very important messages away from mainstream television and radio.
Nice. We're definitely going to do our part to promote that. And I'm getting quick. We're doing this on Facebook Live, and people are showing you a lot of love and saying, brother, we know you keep doing your thing. You know, and I had one other question about, you know, the finances and things of that. Sure. And it's like people become very critical, and if I give you 50 cents, I want to know where my 50 cents going. You know, if I gave Dr. Umar Johnson 25 cents, where my 25 cents going? You know.
And let me say this to that. It's unfortunate because
yes, what's good, everybody? That was just a little bit of the interview that I did with Dr. Umar Johnson last night, live on Facebook. Man, the brother was, if you want to see it in its entirety, hey, that's right, yes, sweating like Marion Barrett. Hey, look, man, it was hot as fish grease in there, and I was trying to look real professional with my cardigan on. I was giving up Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in there. So the brother had a lot of cool things to say, a lot of deep things to say. We got a chance to talk about that meltdown he had. We got a chance to talk about the money. A lot of people want to know, where's the money going? People want to know, where's the money going with the school? So we got a chance. He broke that down. He's like, look, if I was taking money from the school, everybody would know. But he said, I know the government is watching me. I know the government is tapping my phone. I was like, damn. So now they're tapping my damn phone. You know, so he touched on some things that said, okay, you know, I'm not being funny about this. So we got a chance to clarify some things. When you talk to a brother like that, there's so much that you can ask him that we just didn't get a chance to get into. But the rant really is what I really wanted to talk about, him having a meltdown with the dude. And he clarified, hey, look, man, you know, things happen as a man. You know, someone pushes buttons, and sometimes you snap back. And that's what happened. So we got a chance to talk about that. Got a chance to talk about, his feelings on President Trump. He's very outspoken on President Obama. He's been outspoken on President Obama for so long. It's like if Obama see him on the street, it might get physical. Like it might get physical because I mean my man has been talking smack about President Obama for years. But you know you can't make everyone happy. But I was honored to be able to do the interview. We pulled it together with some trickery and some little. We did a little bit of this. You know, got my hands up doing the salt thing. So we pulled it together, kind of cool. And I want to thank everyone who helped me put that together. But before we started playing the interview, I was just kind of expressing some of my thoughts of some of the things that's going on with the racial tensions and people rallying around things. One thing he did touch on, I believe, is true. We are so quick to jump and rally and stand behind other causes and won't stand and rally behind causes that affect us directly. You need to be rallying about the crime that's going on in every major city in America, every black community in America. You need to be rallying around that. You need to be rallying around why these schools are in such bad conditions. You need to be rallying around why these neighborhoods are in such bad condition. You need to be rallying around why our education rating has slipped to alarming levels. We need to be concerned about what's going on in our own backyard. And let me tell you something about black folks, man. One thing that kind of messes with me a little bit. We're so quick to say, oh, like, remember before, Bill Cosby got caught up with the pills and everything. And I'm glad I reminded myself. You ever remind yourself of something? When Bill Cosby was saying, man, we got to do this, we got to do that. And people used to get on him, y'all airing our dirty laundry. You see it every night on the news. You see it every day when you ride through the hood. Like, he ain't airing nothing out that don't nobody already know is an issue. Someone brought up, actually it was Tariq Nasheed, brought up an issue today. He said, if you can prosecute Bill Cosby for alleged rapes he did in the 60s and 70s, why can't you prosecute the lady who lied on Emmett Till that resulted in his death? So the woman who, if y'all don't know who Emmett Till is, man, you're sad sack. But Emmett Till was murdered in the late 50s, I think maybe 59. He was from Chicago, went down to Mississippi, and he allegedly whistled at a white woman. The white woman went and told some people, and the gang took this little boy who was 14 years old, beat him, tortured him, burned him, tied him to a tractor motor, and threw him in a lake. That's what they did to him for whistling at a white woman. 50 plus years later, this white woman has come out to say, I made it all up. She lied. He never even whistled at her. Even if whistling was it, and it resulted in that, that's messed up. But to come out and admit that she lied about it happening, that resulted in this man's torture and death, she should be held accountable for that. If you tarnished and ruined Bill Cosby's reputation off of allegations, because he hasn't been convicted, and I'm not saying he did or didn't do it, but he hasn't been convicted, and you pulled his television show off the air, one of the only black male father figures that some people have ever seen or known, you've pulled that off the air off of allegations. He still ain't been convicted. A couple of them folks like this, y'all know y'all did coke with him. You know you did the Quaaludes with him. So it's just like some of the things we rally around, some of the things we get upset about, it don't really benefit you. So just a little stay woke episode of the Mr. Derik Lamar Show. I challenge y'all. And I'm still on my positivity, but I'm doing this for y'all. I want y'all to think about the things that you're thinking about. Think about the things that you're rallying around. Think about the things that you're posting and reposting and sharing. Do they really make sense? Do they really have to do with you? Do they really have to do with your community? You'll probably walk past or walk by somebody that's doing something in your backyard to go catch an Uber to go rally and march for something that don't have nothing to do with you. Think about what I just said. Check your own community in your own backyard. Make sure that's straight before you go sticking your nose in business that doesn't really concern you. I'm done preaching for the night. We're gonna be back to our regular format. I just wanted to. It's so much going on right now, and so people are saying so many different things about, Trump's tripping. I'm not even gonna front. He's a wild boy. I'm not even gonna front. He's a wild dude, and this is gonna be in 1 week. He's making George Bush. Y'all remember George Bush? He's making George Bush look real good right about now. I'm kind of missing George Bush right now compared to this we got. Give us some time. Yeah, we gonna see. But you know what? Me and Trump was talking during the break. You know what? He's here. He's the captain. He's the captain now. So let him do what he got to do. I didn't vote for him. I'm not even going to go at the people who did. But now that he's the one, do what you said you was going to do. Like I said before, I want him to succeed. Wishing for him to fail is like getting on a plane telling the pilot, you suck, I hope you don't do a good job. If he fails, we all fail. So you got it. You wanted the job. You were selected. You got it. He got the able. Then I'm egging the joint. You got 100 days. Because you was at your job and you don't do it in 100 days, they got to do, what's the right to, you got to go. It's like when you played Madden, Joker scored 21 points, you got past the stick. 21 and out. Everybody know that. Man, pass the stick, man. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it on up. Follow Mr. Derik Lamar on everything, Facebook. Look at that there. We got a new show coming up. 8 o'clock. The Miss O show? What does O stand for? I'm going to ask her. I was going to do something. I might get slapped later. But the Mr. Derik Lamar show on everything. Facebook, Instagram. Farmers Only. Black Planet. MySpace. Cracker Space. All that stuff. All them. Let me stop. I'm on everything. If you can't spell my name right now, like I always say, we ain't as tight as I thought we were. That's DerikLamar. Look at that brother right there. Look how short my hair was. Look at those eyes. Wow. It's a good-looking guy right there. It's a damn good-looking guy right there. Jeez. Woo. I know for the people that's listening, like, what the hell is he talking about? I was looking at a picture of myself. Like, that made it better. It's time for me to go. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on up. I want to thank everyone who listened, everyone who watched, all the people who sent the messages and questions for last night's interview with Dr. Umar Johnson. I had a great time doing it. I will see you back here next week. We're gonna take it back to something ratchet next week. I just felt like just talking to the people tonight, man. We'll be back on it next week. Thank you for tuning in. This is Mr. Derik Lamar Show. Do what you was doing. Be positive. If you ain't working on your goals, you ain't working on it. So get up off your shoulders and make it happen. Give me something nice, man, to ride on out with. Yes.
A big girl doing big things, sick things in my Alexander McQueen. Feeling good, looking good. All I do is me, and that's why I'm in a. All I do is shine inside in my neck. Two girls wanna check me. Who you gon' check, boo? Mad at the man that you won't come in hard. I don't want your man, boo. I'm looking for a boss. I'm just trying to have a good time. You know my ladies fine. Walking, talking, all jealous, trying to everybody crazy. Ain't nobody tripping, though we only getting haters. And we getting money too, so honey, you don't pay us. If you wanna talk slack, let me show you one way. If you wanna stay, go ahead, it's the wrong way. I'm so me. Work it, I work it. Your girls gon' show you how. Do a catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, 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 catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, pose, pose. I'm so me. Work it, I work it. Your girls gon' show you how. Do a catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, 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 catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, pose, pose. All my girls up, tell them they should come through. We don't do what some do, y'all should stop playing. When you the boss, you can do what you want to. Party to the sun, move, baby, what you saying? Look at all my garments, everything vicious. Pause it like a 6'4", everything switches. Move like hydraulics, up and down with it. Moving my just up your shoes, baby, I could get it. I'm just trying to have a good time, you and my ladies fine. Walking, talking, all jealous, trying to everybody crazy. Ain't nobody tripping, though we only getting haters. And we getting money too, so honey, you don't pay us. If you wanna talk slack, let me show you one way. If you wanna stay, go ahead, it's the wrong way. I'm so me. Work it, I work it. Your girls gon' show you how. Do a catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, 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 catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, pose, pose. I'm so me. Work it, I work it. Your girls gon' show you rock the runway when I'm on the scene. All the chicks that make a scene just wanna be seen. Close up, making you area. Ain't gotta tell you, cause your daddy told me earlier. I rock the runway when I'm on the scene. All the chicks that make a scene just wanna be seen. Close up, making you area. Ain't gotta tell you, cause your daddy told me earlier. I work it, I work it out. Turn the place into a catwalk pose, catwalk pose, catwalk pose, pose, pose.